Hello, we are going to make something really fun today. We've made wonky birds. We have made wonky owls. How about a wonky sheep? And I've used two punches for the body. You can make a short fat. You can make a tall skinny. And these are my I don't know what it's a cloudy type thing. It's a label anyways. And then I used my hexagon to try that. All right, so and what you need is you need a piece for the body, and then you need, and that can be any color, and then you need a 1-inch black square that you cut in half. So if you take it and you cut it in half, here's the square. You're gonna cut it in half, okay? Once you cut it in half, a 1-inch square is gonna give you 2 heads and 2 ears. Or 4 ears. Okay, this is going to be 1 head and 2 ears, 1 head and 2 ears. Okay. So first thing you're going to do, we want to cut it like this and then round the edges. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that half and we're going to find the 2 middle points right in the middle. So you can see where I've marked it right here because you need to find the middle points. And then down at the bottom, you're going to cut it in thirds. So mark 1/3 and 1/3 and just eyeball it. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you want the bottom piece to be broken into 3 pieces. Okay, so into thirds. Then you're going to cut from the halfway point down to the third, halfway point down to the third, and it'll look like this. Okay, so if you're good at eyeballing, then just go ahead and eyeball. I'm going to come in and I'm just going to snip 1/3, 1/3, and then I can snip in halfway point. So now I know I can cut from this 1/3 up to the halfway point and save that because look, that's an ear. Then I can turn it over and I can cut the other ear. So cut from the 3rd to the halfway point and there's another ear. So we've got 2 ears, we've got the head. So now we've got this shape, which is like this. Now all we have to do is just curve the edges. So just take your scissors and just kind of round it off. And they do not have to be perfect. That's why they're wonky. You want to do the side, cut that little snip off of the side. Just cut those sharp edges off. You don't want it to be sharp at all. Okay, now we've got the shape of our head. We've got 2 little ears. Isn't that fun? You can snip off the tips. I think I prefer it better with the tips snipped for the ears, but you can leave them on too. And that is our head. Isn't that cute? Then we can add it onto a body. We can add this one onto a body. Then you just need a long skinny piece. Just cut it in bits, and you just need the 2 little legs. And there's your there is your sheep. With this, you definitely want wiggly eyes though, because we're going to put 2 wiggle eyes on it. Okay, so here's 2 legs for the sheep. Okay, so again, we're going to cut a 1-inch square, cut it in half, so that you've got it in half. Okay, ow, oops, hang on, I stepped on something. Owie. Oh, it was a cat nail. All right, my cat's shedding his nails again. All righty, so you're going to take the square, we're going to cut it in half. We're going to find the middle on each side. So just little tiny snip, okay? And then we're going to divide this in thirds. So a snip over here and a snip over there. And this piece from the 3rd up to the halfway point, this is the ear. So the 3rd up to the halfway point, there's the ear. 1/3 up to the halfway point is another ear. Okay, then we've got the head. Then all we have to do is round that top, round this one, round that off. And you're pretty much just snipping that sharp peak off. You don't want the peak on there. Alrighty, and then the same with these. Just snip that little tip off, just so that it's not sharp, because you don't want it sharp. All right, there you go. Is that cute or what? And then we need a skinny little piece for legs. So we can cut a real thin piece, because that's all you need. Well, that's a little thin, but that's okay. We can still use it. So there's 2 skinny little legs. Isn't that funny? So now we've got a short, fat sheep. Or we could do a tall, skinny one. This is just so silly, stupidly silly. Okay, then we can add the eyeballs on. Let's see. I want to get 2 that are the same color. So there's a green. Can I get another green one out? Okay, there's 2 red. There we go. Now watch what happens when you put the eyeballs on. Isn't that funny? All right, hang on. I gotta pull this up closer so you can see it. Isn't that silly? It is so goofy. I love it. Alrighty, definitely my sense of humor. I love silly stuff like that. Okay, so let's put a couple of these together. Alrighty, so we have the body. We need to do the 2 little legs. So let's go ahead and glue the little legs on. I'm just gonna put it, let's clean that off, yuck. All right, little dab of glue on there. And a dab of glue on there. All right, come on. That one didn't get glued very good, did it? All right, there. Okay, so then we need to put this guy on and just put a little bit of glue down on the bottom of the head and stick it on there and make sure half of that head is sticking up off, okay? Alrighty, then we need 2 dabs of glue for the eyeballs. And then we need a little dab of glue for the ears. That is so funny. There you go. Isn't that the silliest thing ever? Now we must make the tall, skinny one. All right, we've got to do that one next. All right, so again, we need 2 legs. So a little dab of glue and a little dab of glue. And put the body on there, okay? And then we need the head. And then we need the 2 little ears. All right, and I'm going to let his ears be wonky because they're wonky. They're supposed to be wonky. Okay, let's find 2 eyes that match. Red, red. Okay, there's 2 red. So we're going to use red. That'll work. I'm going to move these ones halfway down on their head. Oh, good heavens. That is just so silly. Okay, now we can work on these ones. So this head's ready. So we can go ahead and put this one on. And there, we can do the 2 legs that are here. And it's okay if one's longer than the other. They're wonky, so one can be longer than the other. There, okay. One short, one tall. Okay, then it needs the 2 little ears. Come on. There's that one, and there's that one. Okay. There. Okay, then it needs 2 eyes. Oh, it's going to have blue eyes. I've got 2 blue ones. Alrighty. So what do you think about these Wonky Sheep? Aren't they funny? I think I like the eyes halfway down much better. All right, and we can make one more because I've got one more head, so I've got to round this off. And they don't have to be perfect. That's the idea, is they don't have to be perfect. If you have a different, you could use a heart shape. You could use whatever shape you have. Just go for it. Enjoy it. Be silly. That's what it's about, is being silly. The freedom to be silly. Okay, so again, we're going to cut on either side, just 2 little nibs in, and then split the bottom into thirds. And then from the 1/3 up to the halfway point, that's an ear. From the 1/3 up to the halfway point, that's another ear. And then we're going to round these off. Okay, so that's an extra head. I really just needed the ears, but that's okay. There and there. Turn around. Wonky Sheep. You could use Easter colors and make these into Easter sheep. That would be hilarious. Alrighty, and then we need 2 legs. Ta-da! This guy's going to have some really, really long legs. All right, we need 2 matching eyes. Oh, look at that. I pulled out another red one. Perfect. Going to have a pair of red eyes. Ta-da! So Wonky Sheep, what do you think of that? I love it. Absolutely hilarious. Give me a while and I just may come up with another animal. But this is funny. Look at them. Alrighty, so I hope you like this idea and you'll give it a try. Let me bring these up to you so you can see all 4 in one shot. Do you have a favorite out of these? I think the tall, skinny one is my favorite. This one and this one. These 2 are my favorites. Alrighty. So I hope you do like this idea and you'll give it a try. Pull out your scraps. Cut out some little 1-inch squares. Do the little diagram. Again, for the diagram, let me bring this up so you can take a screenshot of that so you remember. 1/2, 1/3. Okay, here, I'll write that down. So this is halfway and 1/3. 1/3 halfway. Okay? There you go. So I hope you do like this idea and you give it a try. And until we meet again, happy crafting. Bye-bye.